Also, 90% of the time, they're all wearing the same jumpsuit
Oh, yeah.
with a cape.
Mhm.
And again, they all have the same body type, regardless of if they are a princely character who's been training to be a knight his entire life or the titular nerd.
Mhm. Yeah, pretty much.
Anyway, welcome to the stream.
Yay.
Today we are talking about Winx Club.
Today we're talking about Winx Club.
As you do.
Oh, oh. Stare into their eyes. You're feeling EP. How you doing?
Yeah.
Sorry, how you doing, Kira? You alright? Look into the abyss looks back. That's the name of the cat.
Little Abyss.
Little Abyss.
Yeah. I've been like watching a couple of like Winx Club like deep dives, like video essays kind of stuff.
Ooh.
Cause I don't know, YouTube. Um and I remember watching a lot of the show, but then also I've simultaneously zero memories of like most of the plot that happens.
Oh yeah.
Just like
That's okay. Part of the plot was we're going to ignore some of the development from the previous season because we need to have a new thing to have an excuse for new costumes.
yeah, true.
New costumes. Wait, there are costumes in that show?
Um yeah, fairy transformations.
Oh yeah, the fairies.
Yes, they're fairies.
I don't know. I've just seen the clothes. That's all I know about
They're
Winx Club are the clothes.
I mean, it's very important. They talk a lot about clothes in the show.
That's fair.
Chris, the X in the Wings Club is literally made out of fairy wings.
I thought they were butterfly wings.
Yeah, I mean, because they're fairies.
Look at the happy
They
cat.
also have a transformation that's called Butterflicks. So,
Butter what?
uh, like butterfly, like Butterflicks, because it's wings.
Right, okay. I thought it was like films
All
of.
their transformations end with X, because it's cool.
To me, that just sounds like a sort of piece of 1950s film propaganda for the dairy industry or something.
Butterfly.
Also, the X is pronounced Ki or Chi or Kai. Depends on the franchise. So Butterfly Kai.
But uh
Winky Club. What?
no, it's Winks.
Winky Club?
No, Winks. Just Winks.
It's thundering again. Oh, Kiro. Kiro's not had the good luck with the thunder.
But yeah, because I know this show, I
Tell
can
the thunder to
actually
knock
like
it off.
Google reference, like good like reference that makes sense. Uh, so yeah, lots of like the male characters, a couple of witches that are also in the show. Because the witches are goth, so of course I have to use them
Ah.
reference.
Also,
All
Yeah.
there's one
witches are goth.
character who like started as a witch in the witch school and then transferred over to the fairy school and then became a fairy afterwards. I don't know. That
Yeah,
part
I
wasn't thought out very well.
I knew the first part. I used that character, I googled that character as reference, and I was like, did she became a fairy? Again, zero memories of what actually happened.
Spoilers. I'm still
The
watching.
The world building magic is bit of a hot mess, which on one hand sort of makes sense because again, each season they're just making up something new so to give an excuse for a new transformation sequence.
I mean,
But also,
I think they like switched studios at one point or multiple points.
The
So,
style
like,
has
yeah, that
changed
doesn't
a
help.
bit.
they pretty much like did like a reboot of the franchise at one, like, not really a reboot, but practically a reboot, because like in the original like couple seasons, the first couple seasons, the Wings went to the Magic Fairy School and graduated and became teacher's assistants there. But then in the
Oh yeah, the teaching
Yes.
assistant arc.
teaching assistant arc, exactly. I don't know. Apparently,
some of those
according to
ladies
this
I
deep
would
dive,
not trust as
but
instructors.
the like reboot made them just like, we make them teens again, and they can go off and find the magical pets, and they can all have a magic pet, and stop petty criminals from doing hijinks.
Petty criminals, like stealing pets.
I mean,
Yeah, that's a
I-
downgrade considering in some of the early seasons it's like we've got an entity that's potentially going to just nuke all of reality.
Yeah, I know you said that as a joke, but apparently that is the villains of like I think it's like season 7 or season 8 are like trying to like steal magic animals and like try to get power over the universe that way somehow. The show doesn't explain it, as in comparison with like season 2 or season 3 where like magic wizard turned demon tries to, you know, destroy the entire like multiverse.
Bit of a step down.
It scales down really quick. Every joke Chris makes isn't actually a joke, turns out.
Oh yeah, I hate that. That's a trend. Haha, here's a silly thing where I misconstrue something in the thing, and aha, that's absurd. Oh wait, it's canon. Bloody
Unfortunately, it is canon what you said.
the gift of reverse prophecy. I managed to predict things that have already happened, even though I didn't know they happened.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Yeah. Plot-wise, I usually just say, like, watch, like, the first, like, 3, 4-ish seasons of Winx, depending on if that's a thing you like. And then after that, just don't.
Yeah, I think that's the general consensus of like the first 4 seasons. And after that, you just quit.
And then don't watch the live action because whoever decided
No.
that was a good idea just did not understand. They did not do their homework.
There's a live action?
No. There is
Yes.
Fate's The Winx Saga, which is live action Winx series. Which is basically like
And it's got about as much color in it as
generic
you would expect
dark
to hear from
teen
the phrase
fantasy.
live action.
Oh, good.
Yeah, they turned it into a dark urban fantasy thing and then just removed all of the color.
Yeah, and also like
What's left?
everyone is British.
Well, that's the final straw.
Which everyone like kind of like poked fun at, because in Winx, it's one of the cool things about Winx is that there is this magical universe and like there's all sorts of like different planets out there that have fairies, and it's all like very diverse and such. And the live action show basically said, okay, we see that, but what if we make everyone fantasy British? And sap all the color out of the show.
Everyone knows if you're doing fantasy, everyone has a British accent. That's just what happens.
Apparently.
So I found a screenshot that's got the cast and then below it.
Sorry,
and
just
you,
looking at
and
this
you want to
video.
know what the fun thing is? That image of the live action cast is probably the most colorful image in the entire thing. It just goes downhill from there.
Yeah.
Also, one of them left.
Yeah, they scrapped Tekna out of the show, and they, like, race swapped another one of them. They
Oh
race
yeah, one
swapped
of the
Flora.
characters. One of
Well,
the
actually-
characters is vaguely Hispanic, and they made her a white fat chick.
And then they received backlash on the initial image, on the initial trailer, and they rewrote it so that it wasn't that character, but instead a cousin. And they do that by making the character say, "I have a cousin named Flora."
Yeah.
And that's how they made a character white, and essentially race swapped one of them.
I mean, I hate to say this, to be sort of fair, Flora is, okay, they're all sort of nebulously various races because they're literally alien fairies from other planets.
They're aliens.
So
Yeah.
race is sort of like here, but so Flora is sort of nebulously Hispanic, both with how she's designed and how she and what she does. But also you do have people who are Hispanic who are lighter skinned and lighter hair. So like you can have two people who are related who are both Hispanic, and one has dark skin and dark hair, and one has light skin and blonde hair. But also,
No, but like that all would have probably been fine if it wasn't like very obviously that if it wasn't very obvious that they were meaning for that character to be Flora and then had
Yeah.
backlash and then we're like, no, actually it isn't that character, it's their cousin. We're gonna make sure you know it's their cousin, because they say so in the show. You just have to watch the show, it all makes sense, okay? We aren't evil.
It's just a hot mess. And I say this as someone who likes urban fantasy and dark urban fantasy stories, but they should have picked a different IP.
Oh yeah, like
they made a bad
choice. They could have just made this without it like making it the Winx. Because from what I've seen, like apart from like names, it isn't really the Winx at all.
And it's
so
only
they
got
could have just like not done that. It was just for marketing.
And it's only got 80% of the names as well.
Yeah, they scrapped one of the main cast just completely.
The thing that's still sticking in my head was, I think Ragdoll said like one of them was vaguely Hispanic, but they turned them into a fat white chick or whatever it was. And it's like, yep. I can hear the board meeting already of like, okay, well, let's have characters who aren't all, the same size 0 thickness. We're progressive like that. Should we make one of what characters should we make like that? Well, let's get rid of one of the other boxes we've ticked.
Yeah,
we can't have another. We can't have one of our normal characters. No. Let's change an ethnicity so that we we don't want it too diverse.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, great.
You do need to have the black character who, for some reason, becomes like the main character's like caretaker, basically. Even though that wasn't at all in the show originally, but you have to have the black best friend trope, and you also need to have the Asian person, or like vaguely Asian. That was also a contention point when like that first came out, but I don't want to get into that mess because I don't know the details myself. But like, gotta have like an Asian person, so that's fine. Cannot touch the main two besties. So I guess this other person will have to do.
Yeah, because it's like you can't make the main character fat because they're the main character.
Exactly.
And the other character, the blonde, is known for being hyper feminine, princess, really pretty character, so can't make them fat.
I mean, I don't see the contradiction there.
I mean,
you and I don't, but again,
no.
This is corporate marketing.
Yeah.
This is oh god, I don't even know if you guys have seen it. Have you guys seen the thing that came out of the Overwatch team where they apparently like mathematized what sort of like representation should be in there to keep things quote unquote balanced? And everyone just sort of looked at it and went, "Oh, this is incredibly dumb."
I have not seen that, but that sounds incredibly dumb.
I guess I'm going to have to find that. It was one of those things where it's like, this is infuriating, but also hilariously stupid.
Infuriating.
Basically, with the thing on it there, it's like, it's sort of the joke where it's like where like it makes no sense to have a character who's black and Muslim and disabled, and then all of the people who are black, Muslim, and disabled go,
Yeah. I like that Rufus is just falling.
Do you think he knows how to use wings?
No.
So the discussion we were having before of like the people who should be most afraid of falling are the people who can fly. And Rufus is afraid of everything, so.
Yeah.
Yes, Miss.
I don't know. Hi, Miss. I don't know too much more about Fate the Wing Saga because I tried to like steer clear of that. I was just like, no. You're gonna make like one of the most colorful like childhood shows into like dark teen drama. No. I'm not interested.
Didn't they do that with the Powerpuff Girls?
Probably, yeah. They've done it with a lot of things over the years,
That was
I believe.
another colourful childhood fun thing that got a grey remake.
But I do know that they were like, how do we make Bloom, the main character, like dark and edgy? That's right. We'll make her an arsonist. Just straight up.
Okay, fine. What am I looking at? What is
you are looking at the diversity space tool developed by Activision Blizzard.
What the fuck does this mean?
Oh good, they have a spider graph for various diversity points. TM.
God, this looks horrible.
How diverse would you rank your sexual orientation out of 10? What does this mean?
I don't know. Also, facial feature / beauty. What does that one mean?
They wanted to write ugly. They wanted to write ugly scale, but they couldn't.
Yeah. I think so.
Oh, I found one that's got 3 of the characters.
Physical ability? Isn't this like... These are people running around shooting things. What do you mean physical ability? They're all fitter than me.
I mean, you've got some of them where it's like there is definitely a disability there. So one character... So since Overwatch is like...
Well, they got rid of some.
It's funny because in Overwatch, it's like, okay, they're like... Anything that you would consider magic is actually just highly advanced tech. So the talking gorilla is because of highly advanced tech. The character that can literally revive people from the dead is highly advanced tech. Except for in Japan, where spirit dragons are a thing. Don't know.
Right.
So we have a character where it's like, oh, we've got this fantasy trope of a dwarf, but no, he's actually a guy who has dwarfism. Mm-hmm. Which, okay, fair. And we have some characters who are like missing limbs. So, not McCree. God, what's the name they decided to give him after they went, oh, we're gonna make things better for our workers by renaming this character who was, yeah, Cassidy. So, okay, so that's another fun thing. So,
yeah,
the character...
Yeah, let's name them after murderer. That's fine.
Well, no, they named him after one of the people who worked there because they looked at his name and it's like that's probably the most cowboy name that's ever cowboyed, which true. But it turns out that guy was sort of a sex pest, so it's like, well, we're going to make our place better by renaming this character who was named after a sex pest, and it's like, okay, but have you done literally anything else?
Have you done research on
the
Butch
answer
Cassidy?
overall is no.
Have you ever read about Butch Cassidy? Also, I'm quite fond of the one that's labelled in pink here as being highest on the Ender Entity scale. They're very much an Ender entity.
Well, that's just because the image cut off there.
No, I'm willing to believe that says
identity.
no Ender entity. They're an Ender entity.
But yeah, so there are some characters who do have explicit physical disabilities, though hilariously, one of the characters that some people were like, oh, this looks like they have a disability. It turned someone at the Overwatch team explicitly said no, that's not the case. So ones where I know for a fact there is a physical disability. Cole Cassidy is missing an arm. He's got a robot arm.
Mm-hmm.
Genji is missing like most of his limbs and a good chunk of his torso. He's got cybernetics all over the place.
He's like missing 90% of his body or something.
Yeah, something like that. The one older sniper lady, I don't remember his name. I believe she's missing an eye.
Ava? Anna. It says Anna. It's the one in this picture.
Anna, there we go. I believe she's missing an eye. And
she scores
then
7
you've
on
got
culture.
whatever the hell
Egyptian.
is going on with Reaper, where he's got that weird thing where it's like most of his body is nanomachines.
Nanomachines.
I mean, he's an edgelord. That's his chronic condition.
Yeah, we've got that. But one of the characters, Hanzo, people would look at like the weird thing going on with his legs from like the knee down, and it's like, again, we've got the problem of like your joints are toothpicks. Like you have just the ankles are so very thin, and then the feet have these weird claws on them, and it just doesn't look like it doesn't look like something that you could put over an actual human leg. It doesn't look like it's just leg armor. So people were just sort of under the assumption that it's like, oh, so he's got like prosthetic legs, and then someone was like, no, he's just got dainty ankles, and it's like, what? What do you mean he just has dainty ankles?
He's got goat hooves.
Exactly. Well, and you can. She just posted a picture. Ankles. You can sort of see why a lot of fans were sort of under the impression of like, oh, we've got all of these other characters with various cybernetics. Clearly, Hanzo has got prosthetic legs, which would make some sort of some sense with like the jumping and landing that he does. And I don't know if they've walked that back, but someone at the company literally went, no, he doesn't have prosthetic legs. He just has thin ankles. And it's like,
compare just as a like, okay, character proportions are going to differ from character to character. I get that, but compare wrist to ankle in this picture.
Yeah, it's like twice the size. Like his wrist is twice the size of his ankle.
Which is why, for a long time, most fans of the game were like, he's probably got prosthetic legs.
No, he's got prosthetic hooves.
Because that sort of makes sense.
Prosthetic hooves.
Can you get that? Oh, that'd be cool.
I mean, I'm sure you can just put whatever the fuck you want at the end of the foot if you've got a prosthetic leg going on there. And to be fair, a lot of the hand bits and foot bits and a lot of prosthetic arms and legs don't look like normal hands and feet. It's just what's going to be most useful and easy to replace things with.
Given the circumstances.
Because like a lot of prosthetic hands, it's more like a hook at the end instead of fingers.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like, so that's the
running legs are like they're
they're cool. The blades.
Yeah, the running blades. Yes.
Running
blades.
We started talking about Wings Club.
Right. And then we got sidetracked from the beginning.
Oh, here's the
rants occurred about Wings Club.
I found a not cut off picture of the chart from before. So.
Oh, it says gender identity. The identity is not
Yes.
capitalized. So I consider that void, and it's ender entity. Yeah, rants about
But yeah, there were
happening,
like multiple. There have been multiple people who did news articles on this when it came to light, and and highlighting how very stupid this all was.
I like how somebody had to go into the database and say, right, okay, their Egyptian is 7 on the ethnicity scale.
It feels
Cool.
so weird. Like, how do you even, like... Apparently, according to Lewis, there used to be a link where you could calculate your Blizzard diversity score.
Oh, good.
I want to see it.
I mean, I bet I'm going to be pretty low on that scale. Chibi's demon puppet cat is a cuss. What? Who? Oh, they cussed. Oh, yeah. This is Jurgen inhabiting a cat.
I'm gonna see if I can find that.
God.
Yeah, Chibi, why did you let Jurgen near a cat?
I didn't let Jurgen near cats. Jurgen did that all on his own. It's so baffling to just see like a chart like this. How do you even think of a chart like this? How do you even okay, you have characters and they have to be diverse, so let's make like a chart with a lot of different things about what they should be.
Ironically, the sort of person who thinks of coming up with a chart like that would rate very lowly on that chart.
Yeah. They would have a race 0.
Well, because the fun thing is with some of those things that it depends on where you are. So like in America and in the UK, you've got this idea of okay, the base is a white man. Although in Europe, what determines whiteness is nebulous and made up and ever changing. But if you're in the middle of China and you see a white dude, that's a little odd.
Mm-hmm.
And I've seen charts like these used in useful situations, but they're mostly most of the time when I've seen them used for useful situations, it's a thing where it's there's someone made a similar thing like that for helping visualize various things that affect your disability. Like you personally, here's my chart of okay, these sorts of things I can handle well, these sorts of things I can't handle well.
Yeah. Oh, I can see there being actual useful things for a chart like this, but this is not it. And also
but yeah, this is not
based on those 3 characters and what I know about these characters. Yeah, it's basically a tool of how do we not make every character a white American man? Just general based on what I know of these characters. Because yeah. Yeah. It's just really
arguably the fun thing is arguably one of the I think the only titular white American man is the character where it's this is more or less Captain America, but we're going to make it more edgy.
Yeah.
Like Soldier 76, I think.
Yes. I want to say yes.
Agent 47.
Agent 47. I mean, honestly, almost. Like, if you mixed Agent 47 with Captain America, I think you'd come pretty close.
I'm sure there's fan fiction like that out there.
Why can't we say Jurgen is fine? Jurgen is fine.
Jurgen's fine, it's just anyone around them.
Jurgen is completely fine.
Well, I can't seem to find a thing online where you can just like use the tool, but also I can't find. Apparently, some of the articles that I found on this, it's like, oh yeah, Blizzard announced this thing, and then the page on Activision Blizzard's website is now gone. So
I wonder why.
Yeah, what a surprise.
Yeah, they had an entire blog post detailing the uses of this tool, and it's like, everyone disliked that.
Yeah, I don't know how you would explain the use of this tool without coming across as incredibly, like, racist. Like, for this purpose, like...
Well, because the fun thing is, with Overwatch specifically, a lot of the grand majority of the characters, or at least the ones that I'm aware of, are a stereotype. Like, we've taken a stereotype and or just sort of narrative convenience shorthand, where it's like you see this sort of character and it's like, yeah, that's just X. So it's like we have the cowboyiest cowboy who ever cowboyed.
Yep.
We have a Japanese guy who's got a very old-timey Japanese-sounding name, and also he's from a, like, Yakuza family thing, which
and
that's about as stereotypical Japanese character in a Western film as you can get.
Yeah. With a younger brother who got assassinated and then, like, found peace with, like, you know, Nebula's mentor figure that's, like, vaguely, like,
we made the monks that are sort of that are like looking for enlightenment literal robots.
Yeah. Then there's Widowmaker, who is Widowmaker. I think if you look at Widowmaker, you know everything that Widowmaker is about.
Also, I believe she's French.
Yeah, sexy French hot femme fatale who will murder everyone.
Femme fatale is French for a reason.
Yep.
And has a complicated romantic past. That's like,
and there's a beret and a cigarette.
We've just taken a trope. We've just taken a trope and played it straight. The oh god, what's the pink-haired character that we've got in this image?
Zarya.
Zarya. Yeah, so she's Russian, I believe. So
yes.
Again, stereotypical big Russian woman lift you up, throw you over shoulder.
Yes. Including the accent.
The two people who are from Australia are just gremlins who are going to explode, literally.
Yes. I mean, I do love them, but also they're just like, you know, oh, it's Australia, so we're gonna go Mad Max with it. You know?
Yeah, essentially. So, like, just like every single one of them is just steeped in stereotypical stuff anyway. So it's like nobody believes that you're going for diversity points here. Oh, and the one black guy character that they had in there, it's like, yeah, he's into hip-hop and does graffiti art, and it's like, really?
Yeah,
Oh, I thought that was Bad and Bloody Killer Instinct back on the Super Nintendo. We haven't moved at all, apparently.
No!
I've got combo in
He's a
there.
skater boy and DJ and is into hip-hop and dancing. That's his character as far as I know. Yeah,
Yeah.
Anyway.
So yeah, like I said, basically it's like, no, you can't convince me that anyone who is in a position to okay decisions cares that much about diversity. You just can't convince me of that. They don't.
No. Not when they all, look like that, like in school and stuff, but also aren't gonna convince anyone.
In answer to some things Miss said, 1, Rufus has considered flapping, just not his wings. 2, would the others catch him? No. And 3, hey, what to dripping is made even stranger by the fact that just before this stream I was watching the Mystery Science Theater 3000 episode on the incredible melting man. So yeah, now I'm imagining that in Animal Crossing.
And according to Kira, there are 68 Overwatch and MCU crossovers on AO3. Time to see if you again have the gift of reverse prophecy. I would argue that in that case it doesn't count because fan fiction has everything in it.
Yeah.
I think the reverse prophecy clause only comes into play where he makes a joke about an IP and the IP itself actually does it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Probably, yeah. That's fair. Is he dripping? Yes.
I do think Chris would like Bastion of like all the Overwatch heroes. Because Bastion is a robot friend with a little birdie.
Yeah, I used to have a friend called Bastion.
Oh right, him. Yeah. Basically, yeah.
That also a very like stereotypical like, yes, the murder bot with his best friend, a tiny little animal. But it's cute. It works.
I mean, the bird. Okay, it looks better. So looking at it in Discord, I couldn't really see the line art, so it looked like the mech was like rendered semi-realistically, and the bird was just like clip art stuck on it. It's no Louis, is it?
No, it's not Louis.
No
Louis is better in every way. Anyway, should we do some sprites?
Sprite time.
Do we want to do something fun instead of ranting about how Overwatch just keeps shitting the bed?
Oh, I've been drawing the outflyers.
Flyers.
Jokes.
I mean, to be fair, it's a good joke. Okay. Let's grab a character.
This is turning into a normal Twitch stream where the streamer talks for an hour before they do anything. Oh god.
Oh, but look at our friends.
What? Did AI make this?
No. It's, again, a case of this makes more sense when you see them in motion, but with this frame by itself, it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Right.
Okay. We'll go with it. Nothing on AO3 about Agent 47 and Soldier 76. Ooh. This is scratching something in your mind. Get it out, quickly.
Yeah, this is fakely terrifying.
Yep. And basically, I could have picked a frame where it's more obvious what it is, but I decided to go for the one that's the most opaque. Because
No,
that's
that's
funnier.
entirely fair. It's
Of course, I
just
could
that
have
it's
gotten
horrible.
probably. Yeah, I probably could have grabbed one where it's more obvious what it is, and then Chris would have just done something else anyway. And Kiro, I have a feeling when I bring up the what this is image, you will recognize it.
I mean, Kira will, because Kira knows everything.
And now we all go quiet.
I have music playing, don't worry.
We've said all we need to say. So now we can all go quiet.
Yeah, we're done ranting about people making dumb decisions about diversity hires. I see Miss is having fun.
Yeah, I can't remember the context for drinking the baby.
Not important. You just need to drink the baby.
I'd say it might help if these things had what stream the quote came from, but also sometimes that doesn't help at all.
Context
Also,
makes it less fun.
no context.
That too.
I hate this guy. Just a heads up, I guess.
Don't worry, I hate this guy too, legitimately, because I know what it actually is. It does make it hard to draw something silly based off of it. Source of knowledge and all that rot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, should we do a stream where I give sprites so that you can have fun not knowing what it is? I feel bad always, you know.
Eh.
We
It's
did do
sometimes
it.
a bit of a pain trying to just get it to look like what it actually is when I draw it anyway, so. Chris, I can see the just top bit of your thing in my view, and it's I have concerns.
You saw nothing. We'll get to that.
That quote has many uses.
holiday uses.
Also, in relation to the draw through, I was playing some Final Fantasy IX yesterday, by virtue of it being too hot for my brain to turn on. And honestly, the game really speeds up at the end. Just blitz through this story, why not? So maybe we don't have as long left in the draw through as I think. Words. It will, however, be going on a hiatus during spooky season so that we can play more spooky season games. But
that's fair. I mean, you can also always extend spooky season into the next month. I'm sure no one will complain.
yeah, don't worry, spooky season will be extended into the next month because I have too many games.
I hate this guy. Can I leave?
Yeah, it's not can we stop? Can we leave? Can we jump
I think
ship,
I should
please?
leave. I don't like him.
Well, you willed them into existence.
I mean, did I? Do I have to be held responsible for this?
Yes.
Oh, but why though?
Because the universe isn't fair.
Oh.
And it hates us all equally.
Right, in that case, I think I just have to be done.
Basically almost done.
I hate him, okay? I just want to preface this before you show everyone. I hate this guy too.
Don't worry, I think
I
you're gonna
didn't want him.
if there's one thing I've learned in the last 5 minutes, it's that you hate him. I think we're all on board with that as a concept. Cool, I'm gonna zoom out. Ooh. I mean,
Cheeb, I like how you decided that was an elephant nose.
It's an elephant nose.
I was on board till I saw the lips, to be fair.
Yeah, the lips are the worst part of it.
This is not Cuthbert's brother.
I mean, kind of.
Oh.
But is it Cuthbert's brother in hell? That's the real question.
Maybe. Cuthbert didn't have a brother, he was an only child. Oh god. Who are you and why?
What is this? Why does he look like he belongs in DuckTales?
There's so many cartoon
Because
ducks.
he does.
No. Well, that will explain that then.
Jeeb,
So,
explain.
this is Quackerjack,
Naturally.
who is one of the enemies in Darkwing Duck, which is/was sort of an offshoot of the DuckTales animated universe. And this is from, again, ye old, we're making a game based off of an already existing IP. It's probably
Don't
going
put
to
him
be a
next to
puzzling
mine.
game. This particular thing, so you're, like I said, you've decided that that's a nose, but actually that's his arm moving forward, so that's
I
his
see
fist.
it. I had to look at your drawings to be like, oh, that's how the arm goes. Right, that makes sense.
Scratching his armpit. I'm still... Honestly, the face is not making sense. Now that I know it's a beak, it arguably makes less sense.
It's most of his face is hidden behind his like arm and hand, basically. You're like the only part of his face that's visible is like a little part of his beak that's orange.
Oh, that's a hand. Eyes.
Is...
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Like what I saw as a horrible eye is his hand.
So yeah, this is. Okay, I can doodle this. There's like, yeah. As well, there's. Give actual color. There's eye, start of beak, and then hand comes up like that. Like this.
Yeah.
And then the other arm is sort of like that in the background.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes a lot more sense than what I thought, which was just a big bulging eye.
Cuthbert's brother.
I thought elephant nose, okay?
Not Cuthbert's brother.
But what if?
I could. To me, I saw it as like their right arm scratching their left armpit. That's how I drew it. So. And I couldn't unsee that.
Yeah, my brain immediately went just like horrible eye, elephant nose, clown. Sure. This might as well happen.
The best combination of prompts. Horrible eye, elephant nose, clown. Done. Boom. What a time we'll have. $1 million idea.
New character that nobody asked for and nobody wanted.
People will pay millions to have it not seen.
Yeah, I never want to look at this again.
Cool.
Okay, well, turn it off.
That's the thumbnail then.
Shut up.
Okay.
When my
It's...
cursor is left on a layer on the right hand side, on one of my layers presumably, it says your layer. However, due to the clipping of the stream, it just says your lay.
Your lay. Aw. I see a little cutie.
Yeah. I mean, I think I know what this is, but, you know.
I don't know what this is, but I see a little cutie, so I'm gonna draw a little cutie.
It's an image that's using a minimum amount of pixels to get the idea across. These sprites were so tiny. And you can even see it's only using like 2 dots. Like a single pixel.
So here it is too, yeah. One of those ones. Oh, wow, God. But we will ignore all that.
Now the question is, will you make something nice off of this, or will you make something horrifying off of this?
I see no reason not to make something nice. You think I am? I don't know why I'm drawing them at the same angle. I have control. Draw them whatever angle I like. Also, they are skewy.
Need to make a more squish.
More squimch. Oh yeah, I'm not gonna be cheap on the squimch scale, am I?
More squimch.
Suddenly a whole character.
Unlike last time, where it was suddenly a whole horrifying monster.
Suddenly a whole... Get it? Whole.
Oh.
Thank you, miss. Thank you, thank you. I'll be here till I melt.
Which is going to be happening sooner rather than later.
Yep. Today is apparently, for me at least, the last very, very hot day. Still going to be pretty hot.
But not very, very.
Not very, very hot.
Yeah, we're supposed to get a cool down here too, which is nice because the in theory I have a centralized AC unit in my apartment. Doesn't do
Always
anything
good
for
to
shit.
hear it, in theory.
In theory.
Like the only thing that it's done for me recently is drip from the ceiling because someone upstairs is, I don't know, has it on too high or something.
Ceiling
But as far
drippage.
as my apartment is concerned, it's like, no, this is not keeping things cooler. So I've just got a box fan in my living room pointed at me at a good angle, and it's an old box fan. So even the low setting is lots of air movement.
Nice.
So that's what's been keeping me cool at home for the past couple weeks is, well, more than the past couple weeks. For the entirety of the summer.
Good old box fans. Still use them when you need to. I've never had a box fan. I've never seen a box fan, in fact, outside of America. So. I'm sure they exist. What do you mean you're done? There's so much detail to do.
All the detail. Oh. I just saw what Ragdoll was doing, and suddenly I see that, and oh. I guess I know who this character is supposed to be now.
Yeah, it was an angle one. Oh, a little spooky ghost.
Ooh. Oh. A little ghost with a little crooked bow tie.
Yeah, I went with the kind of like.
I mean, to be fair,
thing.
that is very cute.
Yeah, yours makes more sense, I guess.
So usually I try and draw things upside down, but this time the sprite did it.
This
now this sprite just ended up being upside down, so this is.
And it's down.
This is Hello Kitty.
Hi. Cut them out.
So this is from a game called Hello Kitty World, and this is a sprite specifically where she's like she's falling down.
So I'm just imagining the
that's why the sprite is tilted.
Imagining the Hello Kitty version of Monster Hunter World.
Oh dear. I mean, they have made a couple of like collect and raise monsters type games based off of the Monster Hunter games called Monster Hunter Stories, I think. So could maybe do something like that. I don't know. Either way, it's Hello Kitty.
I like your
with
cute
a
little one.
minimum amount of sprites. But I like your little ghosts. They're fun.
I
Your
like
little
your
ghosts with your bow ties.
I like your cat. They've just fallen over. Oh no.
Well, I'm a digital artist, open splendor. Oh boy.
How dare you accurately describe how I started this most recent commission? Sketch? No. Sketch,
I'm afraid
no.
to ask.
Sketch? No. Blender. That was perspective. It's always perspective. People are like, oh yes, if you use this tool and this amount of string and this compass and straight edge, and you too can work out perspective. It's like, yeah, but Blender.
What if Blender?
What if Blender?
In my case, what if you just fuck around and find out? That's my how I approach perspective.
That's also fair. But I did a video. Hello.
Wait. Okay, I see the vision. I think.
Yeah, this is all pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
I have no issues here.
Just get some casual post work in, I guess. Why are these like the post strings? Oh, don't die.
Don't die, please.
Yeah, trying not to.
These are the post streams because the funniest sprites are the ones in the weirdest position.
Yes.
It means I have to do poses.
Or you can just misconstrue what's in the image and do something else.
No.
Wait. Hang on.
Hmm?
Let's just say I wouldn't use this as pose reference.
I mean, no, not as pose reference. It's just that it's a very odd pose. Like, as a reference, it doesn't make any fucking sense.
Well, again, it's because we've got just one bit of it. It makes more sense with the other sprites that make up the animation.
No, I don't think it does. Have you seen
I
what's
think one of his hands is backwards,
Yeah.
but okay.
That's the thing that was getting me.
I mean, the next question is, do you know what his hands are? Because you didn't know where the hands were for Quackerjack.
That's true. That's true. I may be completely wrong.
And I'm not looking at either of your pictures, so I don't know where you think the hands are.
Making us draw guns.
You can always just draw a square. I'm not making you draw guns. I've just given you a sprite that has a gun in it.
True.
Yeah, so you've made us draw guns.
Made us draw guns in order to preserve our honor. however much I have of that.
How is it? Why is it always poses? Right.
I mean, I guess I could have picked the sprite that had the weird smear frame on it, but...
This isn't a smear frame?
Not as much as the other one.
Okay. That's fair.
Because there was a couple sprites on this sheet where it's like, ah yes, that is the smearest smear that ever smeared.
Smear.
Love that word.
Just yeah. Don't you love it when it's whispered in your ear, Chris?
My favorite part of Citizen Kane. His final words on his deathbed. Smear. Yes, Smith. You've not seen Citizen Kane?
Ugh.
You right?
Yeah,
Again,
just got
don't die.
Don't die, Chuck.
Just got some gunk in my nose that's draining down.
Oh, yeah. So far, September has just not known what month it is. We've got hay fever and heat. And...
Yeah, it absolutely has no clue.
We ought to be into the autumn now. Autumn bee. Not summer anymore.
Autumn bee.
Autumn bee. That's the Pokemon, isn't it?
I mean, it
Yeah.
could be. You never know these days.
Do not look at this arm. This arm is an SCP. If you look at it for too long, your hands will turn backwards.
Mm-hmm.
Oops was saying they still have 10 days left of summer on their calendar. Then they have the wrong calendar.
Tell him to get a new calendar.
Yeah. Tell them to get the new September issue. The August one's out of date now. They only got like armor and stuff. Don't pay attention to that.
Oh yeah, I feel that. Just like, oh god, I guess I have to figure out what this is.
I mean, you don't have to. You could just make it a blob and say good enough.
I mean, that's what I've already said for most of this drawing. You can't do it for everything.
Sure, you can.
Give in to the temptation.
No.
Well, I missed that, so I guess I better add something real quick.
Right.
Hooray!
Right. I think I've done it. Maybe.
You've done it now! Cool, I'll say I've done it as well.
A fabulous mustache.
I like the little lizard on the head.
I was trying to draw it and I was like, I need to ask Jeep how to draw lizards.
Like that.
And we all had to draw the cursed hand. Is that Naruto?
We all... Oh.
So this is a character called...
I know this one is Naruto.
Oh, what's his name?
I did not clock that as like a mouth at all.
Yeah, this is
really.
Marco Rossi
I don't blame you.
from Metal Slug. And yeah, that is an open mouth because he is falling over.
I was like, why has he got a frying pan?
And it is
It
more
wasn't
obvious
mine.
on other sprites on this line, but he actually has a gun in both hands. And that is...
Really?
there is a piece, like the part of the gun, those are his fingers on that side, the side that you're saying, oh, the hand is backwards. Well, no, those are his fingers going around a thing. And again, it's more obvious in other sprites.
Oh, I
in that
see.
animation.
Oh, yes. Okay, yeah. I thought that was like a bracelet. Turns out, okay, that's the side of the gun or the handle. The fact that a lot of the rest of it. Hang on, let me doodle.
Also, I just want to share. When I said there's a smear frame on this sprite sheet, I do mean.
Oh. That is a smear frame. I like that.
Ah, what's going on here?
For some reason, like, all of these in my brain look like, okay, yeah, this is just regular smear frame. I can see who this character is. And then the last one is just like, that's not this character. That's a different character.
Today we're
But
going to
yeah,
be
I
learning
believe
about
that's
curves.
the set of sprites used for the he's jumping into the frame, and it's just so it goes by very quickly, but also stretched and then scrunched. But yeah, it's a metal slug. Be glad I didn't give you the actual metal slug, which is a tank.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what's a slug? Miss learned how to ask if your buttocks are sore. Hooray! Why is your Duolingo obsessed with buttocks? No other Duolingo lesson teaches the word buttocks.
Because Miss is obsessed with buttocks. It's easy. And you're obsessed with teeth. Based on what you've shared of your Duolingo experience.
Mine has weird obsessions. Teeth, volcanoes, toes. They're all in there.
See, the lesson I'm on has been teaching about, like, how to say stuff at school. So it's like, here's how you say school, and teacher, and pencil, and pen.
I do not know about school or teacher. Pencil and pen, can do, but not. They taught me spits. Which I believe means rush hour.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know why they taught me that, but they did.
Honestly, that was better than what I thought. I thought they meant, because spits is also, like, a striker in, like, football.
Oh,
So I was like, why did they teach you that?
Super Spitzer. I don't know. Still haven't learned how to say it's sunny.
Well, you've missed your, like, window of opportunity.
Yeah,
Should have known it for this week.
No.
Well, maybe you'll know by the time it's relevant again.
Is the do or het? I don't know. I never. That always trips me up. Is the climate hot? That's all I was gonna say. Is it het?
Het klimaat.
Het klimaat. Of course it is. It's always het when I don't think about
it. Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out how some of the connective tissue works in Spanish. Like, I figured out that whenever you're describing objects, it's backwards from English. So instead of orange juice, you do it's juice from oranges.
Oh, yeah.
But sometimes you've got, like, a connective de in there, and sometimes you don't, and I don't know why.
I guess that would be even more like sinaasappel sap would be that's simpler than sap van de sinaasappel, but
yeah.
But I guess both would be understood.
Yeah, they just think you were weird if you asked the seconds.
Chorus, Atha, and T-side, Coltac. And I really need to have a little like handy pronunciation guide for Gallic letters. Stella, great.
Better or worse than Hazel?
Probably worse. Yeah, Japanese is a bit like that too. There's a lot of times in Dutch where, you know, instead of saying my mother's bicycle, you say the bicycle of my mother. Oh, and that's the third. If any, GB, you planning to do Dutch Wordle today?
No.
If anyone's planning to do Dutch
not.
Wordle, spoilers, or Vordel, it's fiets, and which is the most obvious word. It means bike, or to bike. And I got it in 5. So, like, come on. If there's one concept you should get when learning Dutch, it's about biking.
Fietsen.
And that's only because tulpen wouldn't fit.
No tulips, only bikes.
No tulips, yeah. Windmolen, way too long. Klomp, though.
Klomp gone.
Gotta try Klomp next time.
I've got my brain messed up. Now I want to respond in Dutch to you. That's not how the stream's gonna work.
I might understand. I'm getting better. Although I do really need to practice actually thinking of sentences and saying them.
Yeah. We need to do another Dutch stream. That's what I'm hearing.
More Dutch stream. Bal. Bal, oranje.
Oranje bal.
Bal van Oranje.
No.
Okay. I saw it wrong first, so I'm drawing that. Because I do like.
I mean, fair.
This is actually now one of those pictures where I can flip my mind from one side to the other. Is it that, or that, or that, or that? Well, I'm gonna go with my first.
I like the vase.
Again, there is a term for that. Can't remember what it is.
I love that when we say ball, it just in chat it becomes ball.
Oh. It's because it was a fun. It was a certainty when we were playing Portal. We know the word ball.
It was. Has to be ball.
Eventually, we got a few others like Aranya and Springer.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's how communication across languages sort of works. You find one thing that the other person understands, and it's like, right, okay, use that as a base.
And go from there.
Though I do find it funny whenever that just doesn't match up right. Where, like, person A points out something and person B thinks they're talking about something else, or points out they're pointing at something else. That's always funny.
And hilarity ensues. I do like the idea we'll do another Dutch stream though, and I will somehow be worse than last time.
That's just how language goes.
So
I
now
won't blame you if that happens.
Now I have 500 more words in my head, and none of them are relevant.
Mm-hmm.
Kran?
No, I absolutely feel that. So I absolutely would not blame you if that happened.
Hootstein?
Oh, why do you know Grootstein? Why?
Don't ask him, ask the bird.
You cannot neat. What other weird ones do I know? Nodegeval is come into my head. I'm not sure that's
I mean,
appropriate for our streams, probably.
Noodgeval. Christ, this guy's the cutest.
What? Who?
The little guy is so cute.
Oh no, you zoomed out.
I zoomed out already.
They finished their homework, so they get to look at everyone else's work.
You're not allowed to leave early. You can wander around and look at everyone else's work. That would be terrible. Bloody. If you finish your exam early, you're not allowed to leave, but you can wander around and look at everyone else's paper.
Oh no. Absolute nightmare.
Not allowed to say anything, but condescending glances are fine.
I would have just like walked past everyone and just like complete like mortification on my side of, oh god, is that the answer? Oh no. Oh.
We're just gone up to the door and started scratching on it like a cat.
A whittle guy. A himball.
Himbo!
Himbo.
Oh, miss.
Ah,
Yes,
so,
a
yeah,
himball.
kind of wheel snail. I see. Yeah, at first I saw it as a
see.
little round friend who was crying.
Mm-hmm.
So, pleasure.
Cute.
So I'm gonna first grab.
I like how you gave yours eyelids, so they look a bit more chill. Cheap. whereas
Listen,
Ragdoll's is on a mission.
Without the eyeballs, he looked horrifying, okay?
Look at Ragdoll's. We're going. Are we going? Okay.
I already
Oh, no, we
made
do have eyelids.
people remember Jurgen existed. I didn't want to do it again.
Jurgen's now. Snurgen.
Snurkin.
Go on. Go on. A little robo snail turtle thing. Yes! We're back to this concept art. Yes!
Yeah, so this is another badnik called
Yes!
Spikes. And so the first image I've shared is one from a more modern game, so one of the 3D Sonics. Below that is concept art fairly close to what the actual model looks like, and then below that is the concept art of let's just futz around and figure out what we want to put in here.
Look at him!
Like same as with the bat with the huge eyes.
These are the best. These are my favorite.
They are very good, yes.
I want to look up more, but it will rob us of sprite fun times. High-pitched goblin scream.
Yeah, I don't know off the top of my head who the concept artist here was for the Sonic the Hedgehog game, but whoever was doing it, I like them.
They deserve a raise.
I like what they've done.
Promotion to full-time doodler. Hello, Fairy Orb. Welcome to us misconstruing sprites.
I think I might have to drop off early tonight.
Oh no!
The heat is really getting to me.
It is, yeah, it's pretty toasty.
I'm, like, very sweaty and it's making me feel slightly nauseous. So
Yeah.
I'm just gonna, like, hop off.
No worries.
But this was fun.
Have a good, chill, cool time. Eat all the ice cream.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye!
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Mrs. Go have a mid-shower. Leave us with that cat. Jurgen cat remains.
Oh boy. Well, we'll just keep that in the corner then. Let's see, what else do we want?
We have no choice.
Yeah. Well, I mean, technically you could take over the layer and turn it off, but I don't think you will.
No choice. Always watching. Oh, hello. Okay. If we take up our normal positions, we're both going to be over the right. But Jurgen cat. Yeah, I like the idea that we're scared of Jurgen cat. Let's stay over here. No choice. And
again, curse of knowledge. I'm going to just try and sketch it as best as I can. I did pick this sprite out of the map, out of the sheet on purpose. Put a layer on.
oh no, I made them sad.
Helps to have an active layer when drawing.
It does. It does tend to. Bigger. Oh, I think I know what this is supposed to be, yeah. Tough, I saw something silly.
I'm not going to stop you. I do not have the capacity to stop you. And even if I did, I wouldn't. I figure the point of these things is to sort of take this as a base and, like, take it as a starting prompt and then doodle from there.
We doodle here.
Oh, this is going to be interesting getting this. How do legs work?
Well, you see, I bypassed that problem. Robo friend. Yes, I'm sure in the original source material this is very much a friend.
I mean, I guess it sort of depends on how you interpret it, because it's not like it's...
This is very silly. It depends on who you are, I believe.
Because I believe the original source material was parodying some things, but also it's been a hot minute since I've seen any of it. And I don't think I've ever seen it all the way through. Oh, that's fun. So apparently, in the concept art for the original Sonic the Hedgehog, Sonic is referred to as Mr. Hedgehog in some of the older concept art.
Mr. Hedgehog. You will revert to him as last name and title. You are not familiar enough for Sonic. Only Tails and Knuckles are allowed to do that. Not Amy.
I mean, regardless of if Amy is allowed or not, she's going to anyway.
Yeah, true.
Oh, I found the name of the concept artist who draws the wall-eyed stairs that we love so much.
Ooh. Tell me the secrets.
Discord.
Naoto Oshima. I will look them up forthwith.
Yeah, that's the... Or at least that's one of them. Looks like there's another one who's also got some of the, lovely little big-eyed stairs.
I am a fan of multiple artists doing this.
Aha! Okay. So... Oshima seems to have done some of the concept art that's a little closer to what the final design is, so it looks like they're the ones who drew the painted. And then the little scrungly guy is this second artist that I've got there.
Yes, Scrungle. Hirokazu Yasuhara?
Yes.
Nice. Teamwork.
All sorts of scrungle bits.
You would just zoom out.
But yeah. And there's another example of Yashihara's work.
Yes. Or like Yasuhara. They're hopping.
They were the game and level designer.
They're hopping towards the Sonic and he's not happy about it. It's raining outside, lucky you. Unless, of course, you have something outside which is water soluble, in which case, not unlucky you. Or you are currently outside and you don't like being in the rain. There are many circumstances under which it would be unlucky, none of which I took into consideration when I called you lucky. Because I'm frankly rude like that.
Well, if they're on a computer, ideally they shouldn't be outside in the rain, if only to not get their computer and or phone wet while watching Twitch stuff.
Precisely. Oops, missed a thing. Vitally important to the composition of this piece. Symmetry is vital.
I just found another thing he did of Sonic.
Oh, Sonic's having a great time. Sonic's loving it. This is concept art, everybody. All right, first time. Very
Add
lucky.
that to your style wheel for next year.
Yes. I mean, I did have
Yashihara's concept art style specifically.
I didn't have it didn't get chosen this year, but I did have board office doodle as one of the styles, so I could stick that in. Because I have a feeling that these feel like they were made in meetings, and I'm all for that.
Yeah, this is very much a let's just do a quick sketch to put something there so we can talk about how things relate to other things, and we'll just put something better in later.
The whole game
It's funny because if I remember correctly, that's how Kirby's design came to be.
Yeah.
The Blobus, round Blobus was just a placeholder. So it's like, well, we need to put something here for now so we can start working on things. And then they liked him too much, so they kept him.
Beware placeholders. They are insidious and they will take over. Anyway, I'm basically done.
I like these dainty ankles.
It's got a little. I imagine it like spins around and it goes flap, 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 flap. Yours, meanwhile, looks like it's kneeled down and has realized it now has to get up. It's like, oh.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, though, for the character who this is, it's like getting down and standing up is probably a bit of a time.
Gonna scooch off. Bye, miss. I missed miss. Bye. Sorry, carry on. Oh, okay,
This is a
okay.
RoboCop.
I would have sworn the T meant Terminator. Okay, fine. Got the wrong franchise.
Yeah, it's, to be fair, this is a sprite in an awkward position, which I picked on purpose because it's in an awkward position.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like kneeling down and like their torsos knocked back at an angle.
Chest doesn't begin with T, Kero. Not a silent T. Chest. What was it? Was it a PG Woodhouse character? Smythe. Whose name began with a silent P, and he could hear if you pronounced the silent P or not. Fight me. And you would win. That also, just going back to this costume. That looks really awkward. I don't know if that chest piece bends, but it doesn't look like it does. Well, it's not chest piece, but like the sort
Yeah, I
of
don't
stomach,
know
hip area.
how the actor moves in that.
And that just looks like a bin.
So this is why I'm like, well, yes, if they kneeled down, it'd be sort of a thing to try and get back up, because oh boy. Oh, also
Yeah,
more
comfy.
fun Sonic concept art.
More fun Sonic. Sonic's having a good time.
Yep. So, and since this gentleman was also the one of the level designers.
Level shenanigans? Haha!
Run across a thing and it's destroyed.
No! Yeah, this is going on the wheel next year. Actually, I could make amends. So I oversubscribed characters this year. So unfortunately, I only managed to get one of your characters on there, Ragdoll. But you gave me a couple more. I'll draw them in this style as compensation.
It's fine. You've got 30 days. You have a lot of friends, and some of those friends have many characters, or at least many characters that they have images that they can show you of for reference.
I know, but it'd be fun to do the Explodey Goblin or the other character who has escaped my brain for now. No, it was two characters, wasn't it? It was the spider or the web themed one. They were demons, weren't they?
Yeah, the spider demon and the gargoyle-esque.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember things. I have a brain. Sometimes. Should we do one more lightning round?
All right, we'll get one more in here.
While Juggen Cat stares at us from the corner.
Stares and judges.
Miss isn't here, so they are now judge. Yeah, it even works sometimes. I have a brain, and sometimes it works. Don't stay for too long, Kira. Maintain composure. Ah, I know this one. So how can I make it worse?
Do what you will.
Well, we'll start with the obvious.
I mean, isn't that just how good humor runs? You start with something obvious and then you make it do something unexpected?
We'll work out where to go from here. I don't have good things to say, so having a bit of a frustrating time right now, but it's nice to be here. No worries, you don't have to say nothing if you don't want to. Just chill, vibe. Yeah, sorry things are frustrating. Hopefully we can cheer you up by drawing things completely accurately as I'm doing now.
Vibe and look at whatever drawing rhymes Chris is doing.
It's fine. No. Oh yeah. No. Okay, that's that bit sorted out. Fine, okay, I'll draw this against my will.
No one's making you, but also no one is stopping you.
Exactly. What, Kira? What? Did I do anything wrong? I think this is perfectly reasonable.
I'm glad Miss isn't here to see your crimes. Oh joy.
No crimes. Only sublimes. No sneaky. Who's committing crimes? No one. No crimes have ever been committed here. None at all.
And we certainly haven't done any crimes against characters.
Yep. Can do better than this. No crimes against character.
It's always interesting to me how much personality they manage to get with so few pixels with these things.
It is hard. They do a good job. I've tried pixel art myself. It's not an easy task.
Nope.
As was evidenced by some of the less well-known sprites we've seen in this challenge. Thinking of Waldorf in particular. That's unpleasant. There's that. Looks like they're working a fast food burger outlet. This is how the burger is made, everybody. Do not ask for whom the berg tolls. It tolls for whatever this is. I mean, I could make this worse.
I mean, you could. You've already done enough. Oh, joy.
Yeah, but what if... Yeah, this is fine.
I'm sure. It has never been the case that you've added unnecessary details to make all of us go, what the hell?
Never. That would be a waste of everyone's time. Not this bit, though. Make it more unsettling. Something. Certainly not the weirdest thing I've drawn on these things, but, you know, they're trying. They're certainly trying.
Your shading strikes again.
And I assume. Ah! Oh, yours looks worried. He was like, oh no! Oh, it was a dog. Oh. Well, you can see where I went wrong. You've drawn weirder? Yeah. Well, there's no easy way of me getting them up. There was one. What was the one that was like tube face that walked on its tongue? That was one. Yeah, it's fun. It's fun to take very little information and misconstrue it. It's a good time. Yeah, oh wow. There's pretty high fidelity. They've gone up in the world.
Yeah, that's obviously newer art. Of the dog from Duck Hunt.
I do not like how you can see the top of the teeth. Anyways, disconcerting. No gums. Gums don't exist. Also, if you view the eyes as little nose whiskers, they don't have pupils. Anyway. I prefer my thing over the terrifying dog. My thing! My little fast food worker platypus blob on their semi-inflatable body. Dog's scary. They can be. That one's got mischief in his eyes. And teeth. This one's just concerned. So, oh no! Oh no, I'm gonna miss the thing.
And then in the sprite itself, I think it's like jumping up to catch.
Yeah, it looks like going after something.
But
that one saw my guy. yeah, Ragdoll's one's just trying to get away from mine. That feels fair.
Run away!
Oh no! Dog was mocking you. Maybe. I mean, joke's on them. They're supposed to be catching ducks and there's one right behind them. Terrible at their job. Yeah, and with that, we will do our standard end of stream, which is everything on.
Turn off the sprites, because those are just going to be all on top of each other.
There's half a gun there. I can turn Chibs on, at least for me.
Again.
Oh, Chibs. Oh, now your dog looks like it's running away from whatever's behind.
Oh, yeah, no. Everything else just sort of ended up on top of each other except for the dog.
And is getting poked in the belly by half a gun. Jeebs has got a bit of a monstrosity vibe. A few too many eyes and legs.
Turned off the cat.
Oh, did I turn off the cat? Where's the cat? Whoops. There it is. Oh, that's even worse. It's staring at us from underneath. Looks like it's got a little hat now. Little Napoleon hat. What a pile of things. Don't stare back, Kira. Don't stare back. Talked about this.
I like how your cat managed to be just outside of the mess.
Yes. They're quite happily just... Also now Rufus's expression is a bit more significant given what they're looking at. And the stoic going, whatever. Yeah, and with that, that is a good time to open windows, because it's real hot.
Yes, go cool down. Don't melt.
Don't melt. Don't melt, everybody. Yeah, I'll be back Tuesday morning with some doodling. Probably finishing off the doodle we were doing of Carrie. And maybe the work on the Perot and Mira's house, Havenvale thing. Many things to do. And then Tuesday evening we have Westerado, which I know little about, but it looks fun. Some pixely Wild West exploration detective thing. That's a lot of words. Can't be bad.
I mean, it's already going to be an improvement from Fahrenheit, so.
Yes. Well, Octodad was an improvement from Fahrenheit, so.
Yeah.
We've had a palette cleanser.
But that one, like, we all knew it was going to be a fun time.
Yeah, true.
Like, none of us walked into that going, "Oh, this game's going to be horrible." No, we all knew that was going to be silly.
I mean, I thought it might be horrible to control, but it turns out it's actually quite fun. So, yeah, says Westerado, and then Wednesday we continue the Final Fantasy IX draw through. What did we do last time? Oh yeah, the Queen blew up. Yeah, we continue. We start disc 3, I suppose. Shenanigans. Saturday will be no longer Celesta, it will be War Tales, because Celesta is broken. Queen Helga dead. No. Yes, etc. Tuesday, Thursday doodles in the morning, and Saturday music in the morning. It should be cool enough for me to actually do things now. Hooray! But otherwise, thank you for coming. Hope you had a lovely time. Have a grand old week. Whether your week has started or not, it depends on whether you think Sunday's the start of the week, or if you're in a time zone where it's already Monday. But either way, have a lovely time, everybody. For the good stream, have a good night and week too. Yee! Hopefully the thunder doesn't bother you too much, Kira. Hope things cool down for you, Ragdoll, and I hope things just generally pick up for you, Fairy Orb. Thanks for hopping in. Hope you have a nice time. Yee. See you around, everybody. Goodbye. Bye.
Bye-bye.